Hello and welcome to another video. Today, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on The Pillows. Now, to anyone watching this, probably don't know who The Pillows are unless you've watched FLCL and you've heard the soundtrack because they basically made the entirety of the soundtrack. Now, I have not watched FLCL. However, after listening to The Pillows, I definitely will because god damn it, what I've heard from The Pillows so far is fantastic. Now, I've not really heard many Japanese bands before this, and the reason why I even heard about The Pillows is because I wanted to get more into Japanese music, and especially like Japanese alt rock or Japanese rock in general. And god damn it, did The Pillows fill that kind of headspace or that kind of thing that I was looking for, because god damn, I want to talk about one of my favorite alt rock records already that has already skyrocketed to one of my favorite alt rock records of all time, which is Happy Bivouac. It's their most popular album, and for good goddamn reason. Every song on Happy Bivouac is amazing. Every song. Now, I will admit, I didn't really like the closer at first listen, Advice. I didn't feel like it fit as a closer. However, now going back to it and listening to the album, it fits. I feel like it fits. Although Beautiful Morning with You is also would be a good album closer, I think Advice also fits, so I don't see a big deal with it. Both of them are very, very good songs to send off the album, but just in general, this entire album just feels like melancholy and nostalgia, even though I've never heard any of these songs off of the record before, but it just feels like I've had, because these riffs and the choruses are so catchy, even though I can't understand what they are saying in the choruses. It still just gets in my head. It's insane. It's just really, really catchy. The entire album is just extremely catchy from front to back. I want to talk about my favorite songs. And also, if you haven't listened to the record, Happy Bivouac, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. Maybe it's titled like Happy, or maybe it's pronounced Happy Bivouac, I don't know. But go listen to the album. Just even if you don't really like Japanese music that much, or think it's just anime music, if you like rock music at all, go listen to it, because it is just extremely infectious the entire way through. However, I want to talk again about my favorite songs. So first of all, Happy Bivouac is a fantastic opener with that very iconic opening riff. It's just so full of energy. This entire album is super fucking energetic, but that's what I really love about it. But even like the few ballads that are on here are really, really good. And then there's Last Dinosaur, which is fantastic. Like, it is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite on the album, and a lot of other people would agree with me on that. A very, again, iconic and insanely catchy opening riff with great vocals and a great chorus that just skyrockets this song to the next level, really. And the guitar solo is really, really good as well. Go listen to this song. If you don't want to listen to the album, go listen to Last Dinosaur, because it is just an insanely good song. And I also really like the snare tone on the song. It's just very unique, especially for this like kind of alt rock kind of sound. That snare is really out in the mix, but that's what I really like about it. It's very unique, but the way that it's mixed really helps it. And I feel like this is also the cleanest sounding Pillows records. Even their like later records can sound very guitar driven, like very prominent guitars up front, in your face. When here, a lot of stuff is more balanced, and there's a lot more reverb on a lot of stuff to give it a more melancholic and dreamy kind of tone, which I really, really enjoy. And then there's god damn Crazy Sunshine, which is one of the most catchy choruses I've heard basically to date. Like recently, probably one of the catchiest choruses that just gets stuck in my head extremely often. Again, just great chorus. The only words I can really understand is Crazy Sunshine, but it just, again, gets stuck in your head, even with so few words. It's insane. But I want to talk about a very underrated track on this album that a lot of people just kind of skim over, which is Our Love and Peace, which I feel like is a great ballad and is a nice calm down from the rest of the songs. However, I feel like it still fits. It's not like it's like it doesn't fit at all. It doesn't sound like anything else on the album. No, it fits. And it has a very, very dreamy tone. And also, the vocals on this track are fantastic, dude. The vocals, probably the best on that song out of the entire album. And that is saying something. But now I want to actually go into a very unique kind of section because I haven't really heard two songs where it's just straight up dedicated to a band basically, and you can tell. Like you can tell they're wearing their influences on their sleeves, and I'm of course talking about Backseat Dog and Kim Deal. Backseat Dog, it's extremely obvious, but especially with Backseat Dog, that both of them are influenced by the Pixies. And you can really tell in the chorus of Backseat Dog, like the backing vocals just scream Pixies, and of course at the end, the lead singer. I'm sorry, I don't know his name, but the lead singer just straight up just starts singing "Here Comes Your Man." It's just a really nice nod to the Pixies, and then another nice nod after that, Kim Deal, which is a kind of tribute, or not kind of tribute, but a kind of titling after the bassist of the Pixies. And with that comes another very Pixies, another heavily influenced kind of Pixie sounding song. But again, it just sounds phenomenal. All of the songs on this record just sound phenomenal. And the great thing about it is that they're not ripping them off. Like maybe they are with like maybe the vocal backing, like the backing vocals, but even that, I feel like it still adds something to it. Like it's not like taking away from it. Like it feels like, oh, they're just ripping this band up. No, it feels like they're just straight up admiring the band and just taking what they really love from the Pixies and just applying it to their own music. And that's what I really, really like about those two songs. They are just fantastic. And then we got Funny Bunny with just an insanely nice bass line, probably the best bass line on the entire record, besides maybe Last Dinosaur, because Last Dinosaur also has a very, very good bass line throughout the entire song. But then we get Beautiful Morning With You, which is, of course, just a beautiful song. I mean, I've already said this, it could have been the closer, and I feel like the Advice or this song could have been the closer, because it's just such a dreamy, melancholic, very beautiful, nostalgia kind of driven song that just is so fucking good. Like, go listen to this song like right now. But not only this song again, just listen to the entire album. It's just a fantastic album the entire way through. And then the closing track, Advice, which is probably the most punk kind of song on the record and is a very nice change of pace and just wakes you up. It kind of, funnily enough, sounds like kind of a Green Day song in a good way. Like, not a bad Green Day song, but a really, really good one. And I think it closes out the album very, very well with just a very, very short, very nice change of pace that just brings everything back up in terms of energy. And I think that really fits. And it still sounds nostalgic. It still fits the record. And it also sounds pretty similar to Rush, which was the second song on the album that I didn't really mention, but still is a very, very good song. Probably the second most punk-ish sounding song on the record, but I really like both of them, so yeah. But I don't really have a whole lot else to say, but I just basically went through a track-by-track rundown. I know I was supposed to say my favorite tracks, but I'll just say them right now. Favorite tracks: Last Dinosaur, Crazy Sunshine, Beautiful Morning With You, and if I had to choose between Kim Deal or Backseat Dog, probably Kim Deal. And yeah, just a phenomenal album the entire way through. If I were to give it a rating, I know ratings are super dumb and kind of arbitrary at this point, but if I were to give it a number rating, if I really had to, it'd be a 10 out of 10. Does it really surprise you? I mean, I said it's one of the best alt-rock records of all time. Not even considering, just even excluding like the Japanese aspect from it, it's still just a phenomenal album. And a lot of people, even in the States, love this album, and I can see why. Because, again, it's just a great album through and through. But, yeah, that's basically it. I don't have a whole lot else to say, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.